welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Yeah, Hangat still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should I describe it? A little over the top?
Iya lebay, nggak apa-apa. Gue juga lebay anjing.
Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you
Lah,
inherently lack even
tiba-tiba
some of the
sarkas.
most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god? All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything.
Itu orang yang ini ya, yang tadi di Sumeru.
Whoa, talk about sounding high and mighty.
Iya nih, bangga banget lo jadi dewa.
Oh, what's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough?
Mana adek gua?
What?
Mana adek gua? Gak usah pidato.
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Furina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Furina? Is there some kind of drama?
Anjir bener ini mah penggoreng handal.
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about.
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Furina would never
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this traveler from another land.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Weh, dual blade. Gue udah sering. Ayo sini maju lu. Pada seneng apa pada gimana tuh?
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
Raiden A. Denger tuh Raiden A. Raiden A gue udah tebas. Nggak tebas juga sih. Ya tapi gue pernah menang duel sama dia.
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Ngomong-ngomong itu tuh lu ngobrol sama si Sarah tuh.
Stand down, Clorette. I admire his bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for
Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
Bener anjing gua warga Fountain penggoreng.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor.
You see. Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel.
Gak usah di penghakiman deh, ayo.
A duel in
Mana
cards.
pedang lu, mana pedang?
All right. Now that'll be worth seeing.
Right. This is Fontaine, after all. It's such a grand opera house. It would be a pity not to
Ayo,
use it.
ayo ke sana deh, ayo.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house.
Kelamaan. Nolep.
Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Iya nih, gue salah apa coba?
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. It's obvious, isn't it?
Jelas apa? Jelaskan.
According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month.
Oh, So that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Furina. No one knows the laws of Fontaine like she does.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Lavender melon.
Precisely. Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
Apa sih?
My apologies, Lady Furina. I don't mean to spoil the fun, but I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
Apa dong?
You tell her, Lyney. Finally, someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon?
Great magician Lyney, my beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object, but
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show.
Ini pada bermuka dua ya?
So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Apa? Ih, bro, apa udah dapet vision ini lagi. Apa?
ta-da!
Jeng-jeng apa, jeng-jeng?
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
Oh, yang tadi ya? Oh, pantes. Oh, pintar juga sih lah ini. Nih. Kan. Tuh. Dipopok anjing di pantatnya. Wah, si Lyney parah.
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well,
Si
something
goblok
like a bully.
bener-bener.
This rope has
Wah.
been in the traveler's hand
Wah,
all
parah
along.
anjing.
It was just that no
Wah.
one could see it before.
Wah, anjir pada berbuka dua. Jangan-jangan si Lyney jadi Joker ya? Apa sih namanya kalau badut kerajaan gitu? Jadi kayak badut khusus kerajaan untuk bisa bikin si raja ini ketawa gitu. Gue lupa lagi namanya apa.
Amusing. Very amusing, Lyney. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy.
Wah, bener anjir.
Here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Wah, ceritanya seru nih kayaknya.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person. But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands.
Sombong anjing nih, archon apaan?
I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Lyney and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now.
Gue cuma pengen nyari saudara gue. Udah, kalian pergi gitu aja. Hah? Udah gitu doang. Pembukaan apa ini? Kalian juga pada pergi.
And just like that, she's gone. Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. He never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was really...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case.
Bentar.
I didn't think it would actually come in handy.
Si Lyney ini jahat apa kagak nih?
So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Furina is?
Tengil. Apa ya? Iya sih tengil ya.
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Ya nih, gak jelas.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Lyney. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant.
Jadi kerjaan guys. Boleh nggak aku kerja sama kamu?
It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred.
Jangan-jangan kalau opera kan biasanya opera itu kan kayak mempertunjukkan orkestra gitu kan, kayak biola, violin, piano, suling. Jadi itu kayak pertunjukan musik kalau opera biasanya, atau kayak paduan suara kah, drama gitu. Tapi kalau di Fontaine bilangnya itu tuh ya pengadilan sama opera itu sama. Jadi tuh di opera itu tuh bakal ditunjukin pengadilan bagi orang-orang yang bersalah. Gitu kah?
And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate. Might I invite the two of you to see my performance?
Boleh tuh bang.
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Nggak kayak lu ya.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the opera house anyway.
Dengan senang hati.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. I just
Seneng
have
banget anjir.
something to take care of first. You really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer.
Ya aku nggak sungguh kok.
This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Mana kantong ajaib? Coraknya sih nggak asing ya.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that. You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but it says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the hydro archon will remain.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is it?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? What?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely submerged. And
many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure
masa
they
sih?
will come in handy when people are moving their
Kantong
belongings.
Doraemon berarti ya, untuk lebih gampangnya.
Oh, Paimon gets it. It's like preparing for a rainy day.
Beda kelas, let's go kelas.
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it, regardless of what they say.
Siap Lyney.
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet
Keras
you
kepala,
guessed
bener.
that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare. Hey, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Siapa?
What's wrong with her? Paimon?
She's obviously a thief.
Iya copet.
Watch her movements carefully.
Coba ya kita lihat. Bener oke. Iya, oke.
Oh, he's right.
Yang baju merah jangan sampai lolos.
You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run.
Ada lift.
Alright, let's go.
Oke, ada lift katanya. Ini kah liftnya? Oh iya bener dong. Oke. Nunggu berapa lama? Kayaknya lama sih. Oke. Jadi gimana menurut kamu dengan fonten? Bosan ya? Iya gue juga. Wow, kita nyalain dulu guys. Let's go. Kayak gimana tuh? Kayak gimana nih? Kayak gimana nih? Masa gini? Gini? Gue nunggu 1 tahun cuma dapat ginian doang.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Anyway, I should be going now. Thanks again.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
Ini kita pakai nyari hydro archon apa? Tadi sih udah ketemu ya, tapi kita belum nanya-nanya tentang adik kita. Malah nyari ini, copet.
I saw the general direction she went, but Lyney twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
Oh, did you get hurt, Lyney?
Mau aku heal gak pakai cookie?
I'll be alright. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it.
You're right, you're right. Sorry, Lynette.
Maafin dong, kakaknya tuh udah garuk-garuk kepala tuh. Pak Emu jangan cepet-cepet dulu dong, sabar.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around!
This is an aquabus. It allows
Aquabus.
people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine.
Dari bus jadi aquabus,
It's
mantap.
pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
Ayo long.
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much.
Ini malu.
Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Ekspresinya dapet ya, gue suka nih.
Whatever.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Ayo dong naik. Dari tadi kita belum naik-naik. Itu siapa? Ih, si Ido. Siapa sih namanya? Gue lupa lagi namanya. Aduh, namanya siapa ya? Jangan ngomong dulu, gue lupa namanya. Bukan Lynette. Aduh. Oh, Charlotte. Langsung ditunjukin anjing.
Traveler, Paimon!
Apa Charlotte?